All right, so I'm going to talk all about the Hershey RV show and all the things I learned. Actually, I'm going to tell you a few things because I've got so many videos coming out, some really cool stuff that I want to share with you. But this is the first time I've ever been to the Hershey RV show. And let me tell you what, it was huge. It was awesome. There were so many RVs. I'm really glad that they had the online map because you need to take some time, plan what you want to look at. There's lots of really great seminars and things to attend. Really had a fantastic, just sort of a plan. And they have a great app that you could download the app and you could figure out what you want to go to on days and things like that. So I would say if you're ever going to go to the Hershey RV show, plan. Do a little planning. If you're looking to buy an RV, do a little research ahead of time because they will tell you the brands that are going to be there. And of course, there were some really cool brands that did some unveiling. Airstream did some unveiling. Winnebago did some unveiling. Really cool things that people had never seen before. So I would say do your research. That's going to be number one. Number two, if you are going to buy, please make sure that you're ready to buy because you're going to get some really great deals at these RV shows, and they're ready. They're ready to make the deals. They're ready to get it out the door. All sorts of cool stuff. I know I was looking at one particular RV, and they're like, we only have 5 of these in stock, 5. And honestly, if you're a really big buyer, you need to be there on the first 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, because that's when everything's available. By last, not so much. You may have to wait, or at least order to get it in stock. So something to think about. If you're a really big buyer and you really want to come and get what you need, be there in the first couple days. Number 3. Tons of food, tons of snacks, and you might want to just gear up for that because there are some really... Rosie's shaking in the background. Sorry, guys. So there's tons of... I think I had crab cakes one day. I think I had a Philly cheesesteak the next. It's sort of like RV show prices or like going to a sporting event prices, so a little more on the pricey side, but you know me, I love a good food truck. So food trucks are fantastic. Lots of cool things. So Chick-fil-A, everything was there. So if you're hungry, they got you covered. You're not going to worry about being hungry. But just pace yourself because it's a lot of walking. You're going to need a lot of water. Make sure you keep hydrated and make sure you hit all the vendors, especially the ones inside, not just outside, but inside too, because there's so much stuff. I learned so many different things about some of these really cool products out. I can't wait to share them all with you. And it's going to be really neat. So I'll be putting out a video specifically on specific brands, especially in Class B vans. I'm putting out a video talking about some of the really cool vendors and gadgets that I found because I know you guys were asking about gadgets. And I'm probably going to put out some really interesting educational things that we need to talk about as a community, which is really cool. And one of them is black tanks. So I have learned a lot about the health and keeping your black tank clean and what you really need to do for your black tank. Because I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there, a lot of myths when it comes to what to do for your black tank. So we'll talk about that one too. So I learned so much at the Hershey RV show. Really awesome place. There's a few campgrounds around. Of course, there's a Hershey RV campground resort, which is really close. By the way, there is a train, just letting you know that. Pretty loud train too. And then of course there's Thousand Trails, which is about 25 minutes away. And there's other things like in towns that are like 20, 35 minutes away as well. So really not a bad space as far as trying to find something to camp and come in. And the parking was fantastic. Not a problem with the parking. I was a little concerned. So I had to park. I parked in general parking and I left my generator on for Rosie because she was, of course, was in the van most of the day. And I'd come back and forth and check on her and things like that. Make sure the AC was on because it was really cool in the morning, but pretty toasty in the afternoon. So I want to make sure I had all that taken care of. But yeah, I did have a problem with making sure I could walk back to her, check on her, do some things and take her outside and that kind of thing. So if you travel with a pet, which, you got to make sure we take care of all these things and check on our pets. So I didn't leave her more than I think 2.5 hours at a time. And I'd go back and check. But of course I had my monitors on my phone too, so I could check and see what the temperature was and make sure the generator was still working and things like that. Let me see, is there anything else you need to know about the Hershey RV show? I would just say, make your plans now for next year. Oh my gosh. I will say, I made my campground reservation at least 9 months in advance, I think. Maybe it was 6 months in advance, and got one of the last spots. So if you're gonna go and you're gonna take an RV, make sure you have a reservation. Now they do offer dry camping, and I think dry camping this year was $60 for a site, and dry camping means just no electric, no water. So if you're fine with boondocking, fantastic, and you're really close to the show. But if you want electricity and water, you have to go a little further out. And the closest one, of course, is the RV park that's the Hershey Campground Resort, which was really nice. It was really cool. They had like pools and great laundry and just tons of, the bathrooms were sparkling clean, and I love a good bathroom. So the bathrooms were really cool. Love that one. So once again, I think I'm going to Hershey next year. I don't know. It was so cool. So many amazing things, so many amazing products, great things to learn. and great people to see. So I really enjoyed seeing all of my fellow influencers out there. We had a YouTuber meetup, and we also had a influencer meetup at the Giant Center, which was fun. So if you catch me on my socials on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, you'll see some of those pictures, which is really, really neat. And you'll probably recognize a few of those people too, which is fun. So a big thank you to the Pennsylvania RV Association that put this thing on. It was fantastic. Heather was the organizer. Big shout out to Heather. Saw her a couple times, and I was just like in awe, because I know that's a lot of work. So kudos. I think you did a great job. I heard nothing but praises. So, and that's always a good sign. So hope you guys have a fantastic week. If you're interested in more RV content, learning all about RVs and camper vans and traveling with the dog and things like that, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe and that bell to follow me. We're going to go on this journey together.